أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to LQ Milton class number 15. Today we will inshallah try to culminate lesson number 9. The topic that we are discussing in this lesson is adjective. In the same lesson at the end, Dr. Saab has introduced a new topic or a new concept. I shouldn't call a topic, a concept called ismu mausula or relative pronoun. I'll quickly give a brief introduction and then we'll inshallah start the adjectives. How many times in Quran we read allazi, allazina, right? What is this allazi and allazina or allati for feminine gender? These are called relative pronoun or ismu mausula, right? Today Dr. Saab at the end is introducing us this new concept of relative pronoun, very important concept. For example, wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina, right? So if you go and search allazi or allazina in Quran, we would see these relative pronouns or ismu mausula coming many times, and there is a special taste and special emotions attached to these relative pronouns, and today we will try to scratch from the surface these concepts and these emotions that are associated with relative pronouns. Briefly, more detail in book number 3. So stay tuned. In lesson number 9, we are learning the concept of adjectives. What do we call adjectives in Arabic? Naatun, naat. For our purpose, we will call it naat. And adjectives are associated with a noun which is being qualified. For example, if I say pen, pen is a noun. In English grammar, if I want to say a new pen, I would have an adjective called new in the beginning of the noun which is pen. So now this pen is the man'ut or the noun which is being qualified as new pen. I can keep changing the adjectives to describe this pen. I can also say big pen, I can also say old pen. I can keep describing this pen, defining different adjectives. Pen is a qualified noun and new is your adjectives, and adjectives can be changed. Similarly, in Arabic language, the noun qualified is called man'ut and the adjective is called naat. This is just a revision. We already did that in class number 14. We are just quickly revising ourselves. New pen, qalamun jadidun in Arabic. What is qalamun? Is the manut, is the noun which is qualified. What is the meaning of qalamun? A pen, and jadidun mean new. So, I call qalamun jadidun new pen, right. This is the manut and this is the naat. Now, the naat and manut, for them to qualify in this relationship would have to match in gender. When I say gender, I mean masculine gender or feminine gender. They have to match in number, for example, singular, dual or plural, definite and indefinite. If the manut is definite, the naat has to be definite. If the manut is indefinite, the naat has to be indefinite, and they have to match in case ending. And by case ending, I mean if the manut is marfu, the naat is marfu. If the manut is mansub, the naat will be mansub. If the manut is majroor, the naat will be majroor. Once these 4 criteria are met between the 2 corresponding nouns, we identify them as naat man'ut, adjective and the noun qualified. Simple as that. That's all we are learning in in lesson number 9. When I say new pen, qalamun jadidun, this is not a sentence. In a sentence, in a jumla ismiya or a nominal sentence, we are looking for mubtada khabar, and mubtada most of the time are definite, right. So, if I have to say the pen is new now, the pen is new is now a sentence. So, qalamun will become al qalamu, will make mubtada definite and marfu, and jadidun will be your khabar. Now, we can say the pen is new. So, I just want to differentiate, because this is a very common mistake that students make. When they look at qalamun jadidun, they immediately think of nominal sentence or something like that. They immediately think of nominal sentence. It is not a sentence, because for a sentence the subject or the mubtada would have to be definite and would have to be marfu. We will begin lesson number 9. It is a very easy lesson. In this lesson, we will try to create some scenarios for us, because there are many concepts we have learned in the past 14 classes, and I think this is the time for us to start applying those and revising those concepts. So, when we read through or go through this lesson number 9, we will create some scenarios for ourselves and try to revise those concepts, inshallah. Lesson number 9. Man hazar rajalu. What is the meaning of man hazar rajalu? Man hazar rajalu. Haza comes, and after haza comes a rajalu, which is definite and which is marfu. So, we know if after ismu ishara a noun comes which is definite and it is marfu, then it is a badal. That is one revision. What is the meaning? Who is this man? Who is this man? The answer is huwa Abbasun. Huwa Abbasun. He is Abbas. Similar, very simple. Huwa mubtada, Abbasun khabar. Abbasun tajirun. Abbas is a merchant. Abbas is a merchant. Abbas is your mubtada, tajirun is your khabar. Now comes Abbasun tajirun ghaniyun. Now, we know that Abbas is tajir, we know that, but now we have to add an adjective. We have to tell what kind of merchant Abbas is. We say Abbasun tajirun ghaniyun. Abbas is your mubtada, tajirun is your khabar, right. the predicate, and ghaniyun is your naat. Ghaniyun is a naat. Now we are saying that Abbas is a rich merchant. What kind of merchant? Rich merchant. So ghaniyun is your naat. Now do they match in gender? Yes. Do they match in number? Yes. Is it definite? Yeah, the tajirun is indefinite, ghaniyun is indefinite as well, and both have the same case ending, which is marfu. Okay, so we say tajirun is your khabar, but it is a manut for ghaniyun, which is a naat or adjective. Hamidun mudarrisun. What kind of sentence is that? Jumla ismiya, nominal sentence. Hamid is a teacher. Now, since we are trying to revise some of the concepts, just think for a second. We are now talking about a female teacher. So Fatima, instead of Hamid, use Fatima. What change in this sentence will occur if this sentence have to be flipped in a feminine gender? Fatimatu mudarrisatun. Right, mudarrisatun. So Hamidun mudarrisun or Fatimatu mudarrisatun. So Hamid is your mubtada, mudarrisun is your khabar. Next sentence, Hamidun mudarrisun jadidun. Now Hamid is definite. Yes, all proper nouns are definite. All proper nouns are definite. Hamidun is your mubtada. Yes, because it is definite, it is marfu. Mudarrisun is your khabar, and jadidun is your naat, because they match in the 4 criteria. Now again flip this sentence and try to say Fatima is a new teacher, rather than saying Hamid is a new teacher. Try to say Fatima is a new teacher. What changes in this sentence will occur? Fatimatu mudarrisatun jadidatun. Why I say jadidatun? Because I want to match them in gender. I want to match them in gender. So mudarrisatun and jadidatun. I am just flipping the sentences so that our concepts are more clear. Next one is ma haza. Ma haza. Now immediately when I say, remember man and ma we learned in lesson number 1, man is used for aqil group and ma is used for ghair aqil group. Man means who, ma means what, right? So when I say man haza, which means who is this, which means I am pointing towards an aqil group, but when I say ma haza, I am pointing towards a ghair aqil group. So we are saying ma haza. So immediately my mind knows now I am pointing towards a ghair aqil group, and the aqil group and the ghair aqil group we have defined them in the previous lessons. What is this? Haza comes. What is haza? Haza is mushara. We are just quickly revising the concepts. Haza is mushara, demonstrative pronoun for things that are near to us. So by looking at ma haza, I know A, it is a ghair aqil group. B, I know I am pointing towards something. C, I know that thing is near to me. So this is how we will interpret. The answer is haza tuffahun. Haza tuffahun. This is an apple. At-tuffahu fakihatun lazizatun. Now tuffahun, an apple, is a feminine noun. At-tuffahu fakihatun lazizatun, and the apple is a delicious fruit. At-tuffahu is your mubtada. Where is the khabar? Fakihatun. Now when I say at-tuffahu fakihatun, the apple is a fruit, it basically makes sense, it is a sentence, but I want to define further what kind of fruit is at-tuffahu, an apple. I would say lazizatun is a delicious apple, a delicious fruit. Now fakihatun, lazizatun, do they match? Yes, they match in gender, both of them are feminine. They match in number, they both singular, they both are indefinite, and then they both have marfu ending. So it is naat and manut. Next one is ma zalika. What is that? Now see, ma haza and ma zalika. immediately now I am saying ma I know is used for ghair akil, and zalika is ismu ishara or a demonstrative pronoun for something that is far from me. So, now I know that I am pointing towards something which is far from me, and the answer is zalika usfurun. Zalika usfurun. Usfurun means sparrow, small bird, sparrow. That is a sparrow. That is a sparrow. Al usfuru ta'irun saghirun. Al usfuru ta'irun saghirun. What is al usfuru? Mubtada, the sparrow. Where is the khabar? Ta'irun is a bird, is a sparrow. Saghirun means small. So, now I am saying al usfuru is a bird, but what kind of bird? Saghirun. So, saghirun is your naat. Now, let us flip this scenario, and rather than saying al usfuru ta'irun saghirun, just use usfurun. Don't use al usfuru as a definite noun. Use al usfuru as a indefinite noun. And we say usfurun ta'irun saghirun, then would that be a sentence? No, that would not be a sentence. Then we would say sparrow, small bird. Sparrow, small bird. That's it, right? But since we have to create a sentence, and I have to create the mubtada in a definite form, so rather than saying usfurun, I will say al usfuru, just flipping it. Next one, al arabiyatu lughatun sahlatun. The Arabic language is an easy. Arabic is an easy language. Arabic is an easy language. Al arabiyatu is your mubtada, lughatun is your khabar. So, if you think about it, let us remove sahlatun for now. Then it makes complete sense. The Arabic is a language, but then what kind of language? Sahlatun, easy language. Next one, al arabiyatu lughatun jamilatun. Arabic is a beautiful language. Ammarun talibun mushtahidun. What is the meaning of mushtahidun? Hard working. Ammarun, ammar is a proper noun, so it is definite. Talibun is your khabar, mushtahidun is your naat, right. Now, imagine for a second, if I have to use Fatima rather than Ammar, then what changes in this sentence will occur? Fatimatu talibatun mushtahidatun, right. So, those were the changes. Wa Mahmudun talibun kaslanu, and Mahmud is a lazy student. Kaslanu mean lazy. Next one, man anta, who are you? Now, immediately if I look at man, I know I am talking about the akil group, and anta means a pronoun, damirun munfasilun, detached pronoun, and it is second person, singular, masculine. So, I know I'm asking somebody who is in front of me is a singular person and is in a masculine gender. I am saying man anta. Now, imagine if I flip this scenario and rather than the masculine gender, it is a feminine gender. What changes will occur in this sentence? Rather than man anta, I would say man anti, right? Man anti, man anti. Ana talibun. Ana again is a damir munfasil detached pronoun, which is used a pronoun for I, and all pronouns are definite and all pronouns are marfu, but they are mabni. So, depending on their position in a sentence, I should be able to tell that whether they are acting in a marfu form, in a mansoob form, or in a majroor form. Here ana is acting in a role of mubtada, subject. Ana talibun, I am a student. Now, remember we are talking about masculine gender now. If I would have to change it into a feminine gender, what would I say? Ana talibatun, I am a student. Now, I am a student, the translation remain the same, but the gender will change, One is a masculine gender and this next one is a feminine gender. Now the next one, anta talibun jadidun. What is this Hamzatul Istifham? And Hamzatul Istifham, what do we know about Hamzatul Istifham? We are quickly revising a lot of the concept that we have learned. Hamzatul Istifham, A always comes in the beginning of the sentence. It is the particle of interrogation. It always comes in the beginning of the sentence and it will change the sentence into a question. Okay, those were the few things we learned about Hamzatul Istifham. So imagine for a second, remove Hamza from this sentence. What remains? Anta talibun jadidun. Now this is not a question anymore. Anta talibun jadidun means you are a new student. But bring Hamzatul Istifham back. Are you a new student? So this is the function of Hamzatul Istifham and it always comes in the beginning of the sentence. Now imagine for a second, change this into a feminine gender. What would I say? Anti talibatun jadidatun, right? Anti talibatun jadidatun. Rather than using anta, we use anti. The answer is naam, yes, harful jawab. Ana talibun jadidun. I am a new student. Ana is your mubtada, talibun is your khabar and jadidun is your naat, right? Jadidun is your naat. Tamarin. Ikra waktub. Muhammadun talibun qadimun. Qadimun means old. Muhammad is a old student. Azalika rajulu mudarrisun jadidun. Azalika rajulu mudarrisun jadidun. What is the translation? That man, is that man new teacher? Is that man a new teacher? The answer is la, harful jawab, no. Huwa tabibun jadidun. He is a new doctor. He is a new doctor. Haza darsun sahalun. This lesson is easy, or this is an easy lesson. Abbasun tajirun shahirun. Abbasun is your proper noun, is marfu, is mubtada. Abbas tajirun shahirun. Shahirun means famous. Abbas is a merchant. What kind of merchant? Famous merchant. So shahirun is your adjective, naat. Bilalun muhandisun kabirun. Bilal is a big engineer. Kabirun is acting as a as your naat. Now flip this into a feminine. Instead of Bilal, let's talk about Zainab. Zainabu muhandisatun kabiratun, right? Okay. Al inkiliziyatu lughatun sa'batun. Al inkiliziyatu means the English, lughatun language is difficult. Sa'batun means difficult. Anta rajulun ghaniyun. Are you a rich man? Anta rajulun ghaniyun. Remove Hamzatul Istifham. What remains? Anta rajulun ghaniyun, which means you are a rich man. But bring Hamzatul Istifham back. Are you a rich man? The answer is la, ana rajulun faqirun. No, I am a poor man. Ana is your mubtada, rajulun is your khabar and faqirun is your naat. Number 8. Al-Qahiratu madinatun kabiratun. Al-Qahiratun madinatun kabiratun. Al-Qahira is a big city. What kind of city? Big city. Kabiratun. Now you see kabiratun comes here because madinatun is feminine. It ends with ta marbuta and naat manut has to match in gender. Next one. Anta mudarrisun qadimun. Are you an old teacher? Answer is la, ana mudarrisun jadidun. No, I am a new teacher. No, I am a new teacher. Ahamidun talibun kaslanu. Is Hamid a lazy student? Is Hamid a lazy student? Hamidun talibun. But Hamid is my friend. He is not lazy. He is mushtahidun. So we say la, huwa talibun mushtahidun. No, he is a hard working student. Huwa talibun mushtahidun. Change it, huwa talibun mushtahidun, into a feminine gender. What we will use? Instead of huwa, hiya. Hiya talibatun mujtahidatun. You see, you have to flip your mind just to force ourselves to create different scenarios for us to understand the pronouns, and then what changes will occur if you would have to change the from a masculine gender into a feminine gender, or different other scenarios. Next one. Now here Dr. Saab want us to put munasib or suitable naat adjectives. Very easy. Let's go through it very quickly. Khatijatu talibatun. Now Khatija is a talibatun. Khatija is a student. What kind of student? Mujtahidatun, hard working. Khalidun tajirun. Khalid is a merchant. What kind of merchant? Ghaniyun, shahirun, kabirun. We can use anything. Al arabiyatu lughatun sahlatun or jamilatun, right? Al usfuru tairun saghirun. At tufahu fakihatun lazizatun, right? Fakihatun feminine, lazizatun is your naat, also feminine. Let's say if there is a fruit which is not feminine, then we would say lazizatun. Instead of lazizatun, we will use lazizun. Ana mudarrisun. What kind of mudarris we want? Jadidun, new. Muhammadun tabibun qadimun. Okay, Muhammad is an old doctor. Al inkiliziyatu lughatun sa'batun, difficult language, or sahlatun. Anta talibun mujtahidun or kaslanu. Kaslanu means lazy, mujtahidun means hard working. Number 10, al qahiratu madinatun kabiratun, right? Or jadidatun, or qadimatun. We can use anything we want. Now exercise number 3. Now here Dr. Saab is flipping a scenario and want us to put man'ut, the noun qualified rather than the naat. So we have to provide a man'ut here. Al arabiyatu blank sahlatun lughatun. So we are bringing the noun which is language, qualified noun, lughatun sahlatun. Ana mudarrisun qadimun or muhandisun qadimun or tabibun qadimun, anything we want. Ammarun ghaniyun. Ammar is rich, but what is the khabar? Tajirun. Tajirun. Ammarun tajirun. What kind of rich he is? He is a merchant, rich merchant. Haza maksurun. Something is broken. Haza kalamun maksurun, right? Haza kalamun maksurun. Faisalun kaslanu. Faisal is lazy, so talibun. Faisalun talibun kaslanu. Faisal is a lazy student, right? Number 4, Iqra. Now here Dr. Saab is introducing us to a pattern of a noun which is on a pattern of fa'lanu. They are all diptotes. They are all diptotes because they all end with a single dhamma. Remember Zainabu, Zainaba, Zainaba. Similarly, Kaslanu, which means lazy, is Kaslanu in the marfu form, Kaslana in mansub form, and Kaslana in majroor form. What is the meaning of Kaslanu? Lazy. Jav'anu, hungry, thirsty. Atshanu, thirsty. Ghadbanu, angry. Mal'anu means full. So they all end with anu, 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 and anu, which is a single dhamma there, diptotes. So for example, if I say ana jav'anu, ana is your mubtada, jav'anu means hungry, I am hungry. Anta jav'anu, are you hungry? The answer is la, ana atshanu, I am thirsty. No, I am thirsty. Limazal mudarrisu. Limaza means why. We will do limaza later, but for now just circle it and just put why there. Limaza, why. Al mudarrisu khadbanul yawm. Why the teacher is angry today? Why the teacher is angry today? Al kaubu mal'anu. The cup is full. Mal'anu means Al Kaubu means cup. The cup is full, mal'anu. So just remember this pattern. Al kalima, next page number 50. Al kalimatul jadidatu. Al lughatu means the language. Shahirun, famous. Al madinatu, city. At ta'iru, the bird. Al yawmu, the day. Kaslanu, lazy. Jav'anu, hungry. Atshanu, thirsty. Mal'anu, full. Ghadbanu, angry. And al usfuru, the sparrow, right. Now this lesson has two parts. In part number 1, we finished part number 1. Dr. Saab is basically giving us the combination of naat and manut adjective in indefinite form. The next part of this lesson, which is part B, Dr. Saab is bringing in the combination of adjective in definite form. So let's begin. Ainal mudarrisu, where is the teacher? Huwa fil fasli, he is in the class. What kind of jumla is this? Jumla ismiya. Where is the khabar? Fil fasli jarun wa majrurun shibu jumla khabar. Remember, whenever there is harf jar, it will always be followed by ism majroor, right? And we call it shibu jumla. Shibu jumla means it's a phrase, it does not give us a complete sense. So if I say fil fasli, in the class, your mind is still wondering what is in the class, who is in the class. So I have to bring in a subject, which is huwa. So huwa, he is in the class. Now just change it into a feminine gender. Rather than using ainal mudarrisu, what would I say? Ainal mudarrisa tu. And then instead of using huwa fil fasli, I would use hiya fil fasli. Mashallah, mashallah. Wa ainal mudarrisul jadidu. And where is the new teacher? Where is the new teacher? Al mudarrisu al jadidu. Now do they match in gender? Yes. Do they match in number? Yes. Both of them are definite. Al mudarrisu al jadidu, both of them are definite. So and they both have a same case ending. So all 4 criteria met. So al mudarrisu al jadidu is your naat manut. And where is the new teacher? The answer is huwa indal mudiri. Huwa indal mudiri, he is with the headmaster. Now what kind of sentence is that? Huwa is a pronoun, it's a noun, it's a nominal sentence. Huwa is marfu, huwa is definite, huwa is your mubtada. Where is the khabar? In the, remember zarf, adverb of place and adverb of time. So in the is adverb of place. He is with. Now he is with. Now this is not a complete sense. When I say he is with, in the means with, then I have to bring in the mudaf alayh. Now with the adverbs or with the zarfs, we have done this concept in the past. There are many zarfs which would require a mudaf alayh to make a complete sense. Inda is one of them. When I say he is with, your mind is still wondering with whom, with what, right? So I bring in mudaf alayh, al mudiri. So he is with the headmaster. So inda is your khabar, al mudiri is your mudaf alayh. Aina talibul jadidu, where is the new student? Where is the new student? If I remove al from this, then where is a new student? Bring al back, where is the new student? Just definite, indefinite. Now aina talibul jadidu, where is the new student? At talibu al jadidu is your naat manut. They follow the same 4 criteria. The answer is zahaba ilal maktabati. What kind of sentence is that? It begins with a verb, with a fail. It says jumla failure. What are we looking for in jumla failure? Remember, sentences are in Arabic are of 2 types: nominal sentence and verbal sentences. If a sentence begin with a verb, then it is a verbal sentence. If a sentence begin with a noun, it is a nominal sentence. We're quickly revising the concepts, okay? We're quickly revising them. We have already learned them. So this is a verbal sentence. Zahaba. What are we looking for? In nominal sentence, we're looking for mubtada khabar, subject and predicate. In a verbal sentence, we are not looking for mubtada khabar. We are looking for the fail and the file, and sometimes maf'ul has to be there. But the minimum requirement is fail and file, the action and the doer of the action. What is the action? Zahaba. He went. Where is the file or the doer of the action? Remember, mustatir, hidden inside the verb. Taqdiruhu, estimation of it is huwa, he went. Ilal maktabati, he went to the library. Now what is the grammatical value of ilal maktabati? Ilal maktabati, ila is your harf jar, al maktabati is your ism majroor, but it's not a khabar anymore because there is no khabar in jumla failiya. So we say ilal maktabati jarun wa majroorun. That's it. End. Ilal maktabati jarun wa majroorun. But instead, if I remove zahaba and I bring some a noun here, then ilal maktabati will be your jarun wa majrurun shibu jumla khabar. Man zalikar rajulu. Oh, man zalikar rajulu. Man comes. What is the meaning of man? Who is that man? Zalika. What is zalika? Ismu ishara lil ba'id. What follows zalika? Ar rajulu. Right? Ar rajulu is definite. Yes, it is definite. Is it marfu? Yes, it is marfu. What is the grammatical value of ar-rajulu? Badal. Remember, badal is always followed before after ismu ishara, and then badal will be definite and badal will be marfu, right? Depending what role the ismu ishara is playing in the sentence. If the ismu ishara is playing a role of a mansub, then the badal will be mansub. If the ismu ishara is playing a role of majroor, then the ismu ishara will be then the badal will be majroor as well. So man zalikar, who is that man? At-tawilu. Now ar-rajalu, at-tawilu, what does it remind you of? Are they both definite? Yes. Are they both masculine? Yes. Are they both singular? Yes. And they both have the same case ending? Yes. So ar-rajalu is the manut for at-tawilu. Who is that tall man? Who is that tall man? Man zalikar rajulu tawilu. Who is that tall man? Allazi comes. Ismu mawsula. Allazi. What is the meaning of Allah? Now allazi, when is used for humans, it means who, and when it is used for non-human, it means which. So here we are talking about a rajalu, a human. So which means allazi here is who. So who's that tall man? Allazi, who, ismu mawsula, relative pronoun, kharaja al-ana min al-madrasati. Now remember, whenever allazi, allazina, allati comes in the Quran, relative pronoun, we first have to identify, is it used for human or non-human? Number one. So we will translate allazi or allazina or allati, which is for feminine, accordingly, right? So the concept with allazi or ismu mawsula, and we will do this concept in a bit more detail in the next class, is that after allazi always comes an explanation of allazi. Who are we talking about? So whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying allazi or allazina or allati, then it will always be followed by some kind of explanation. For example, I'll give you wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina, except for those, except for who, in plural. Lazina is for plural, allazi is for singular. Except for who. What about those who are those people, right? Illa allazina amanu wa amilus salihat, those who believed and did good deeds, right? So amanu wa amilus salihat is connected to allazi, explaining who are these people, They are the people amanu who believed and wa'amilu salihat and did good deeds. So amanu wa'amilu salihat is called silatul mawsul. I will explain this a bit more in the next class, because today we have very limited time. But remember, whenever relative pronoun come in Quran, it will always be followed by silatul mawsul, something that explain allazi or allazina. So here in this sentence, man zalika rajulut tawilu, who's that tall man? Allazi, who. Now what about that? Kharaja al ana, who left from the class just now. Al ana is your zarf. So we are explaining allazi. There is an exercise at the end of the lesson. We will inshallah do it today. Just a brief introduction of this concept. Inshallah, next class we will do it in a bit more detail with more Quranic examples. We'll bring Quranic examples, a lot of the Quranic examples, right, to explain relative pronoun and silatul mawsul. Huwal mudirul jadidu, he is new headmaster. He is the new headmaster. Huwa. Oh, this is very good. What kind of sentence is that? Nominal sentence. Huwa is your mubtada. Al mudiru. Now so far we know that the khabar or the predicate, if it's one word, it is marfu. Nadimai, it is marfu and it is indefinite. But sometimes the khabar, if it's one word, can also be definite. Now as we progress in our course, the concepts, the basic concepts we are learning, will start to realize some, not all, some of those concepts, there would be some exceptions attached to them. Those concepts can be changed. And why these exceptions and why these concepts are changing? To create flavor into or taste or more emotions into the sentence, right? Because there has to be a reason why there is an exception created for a basic rule to create emotions around it. So huwa here is mubtada, al mudiru is your khabar, al jadidu is your naat. He is the new headmaster. Next one, wa minal waladul saghiru. Oh, again allazi comes. Wa is harfu ataf, which means and. Manil waladu, who is the boy. What kind of boy? As-saghiru. Naat manut. What kind of boy? The al-waladu means the boy. As-saghiru, do they match in 4 criteria? Yes. Who is that? Who is the small boy? Allazi comes. Now allazi comes, relative pronoun al-ismul mawsula. What will follow ismul mawsula? Something that describes allazi or allazina or allati. So allazi, who. Now we know we are talking about a human, a boy. Kharajal ana min al fasli, who left from the class just now or now. Next one, allazi is your relative pronoun and kharajal ana min al fasli is the silatul mawsul. Silatul mawsul. And there is something else into this sentence, but we are not doing it now. Huwa ibnul mudiru, huwa ibnul mudiri, huwa ibnul mudiri. Now what is huwa? Mubtada, we know that. This is a jumla ismiya. Huwa is your mubtada. Where is the khabar? Ibnu, right? Huwa ibnu, he is a son. Al mudiri, ibnul mudiri. What kind of compound is this? Mudaf, mudaf alayh. Remember mudaf and mudaf alayh. The ibnu is your mudaf and al mudiri is your mudaf alayh, son of the headmaster. So al mudiri is your mudaf alayh. What is al jadidi? Naat. Al mudiri, al jadidi. Definite, definite. Masculine, masculine. Singular, singular. Majroor, majroor. So he is son of new headmaster. He is son of new headmaster. What kind of headmaster? New headmaster. So when we analyze it, we will say huwa mubtada, ibnu is your khabar, wa huwa mudaf, al mudiri mudaf alayh, al jadidi is your naat. Is your naat. Next one. Liman tilka sayyaratul jamilatu. Liman tilka sayyaratul jamilatu. To whom that new car belongs. Now why we are using tilka? Because tilka is the feminine for zalika, and then when we are talking about a sayyaratu, which is the feminine, instead of using zalika I would have to use tilka. Tilka. We did that in the previous lesson. So zalika is for tilka. What is the feminine for haza? Hazihi, right? So liman tilka, and li harf jar, man ism majroor, to whom it belongs. What belongs? That new car. As sayyaratu al jamilatu naat manut. Hiya, you see here because we are talking about feminine gender. Hiya lil mudiri. It belongs to the headmaster. What kind of headmaster? Al jadidi, naat, new headmaster. It belongs to the new headmaster. Liman hazal kitabul kabir. Liman hazal kitabul kabiru. To whom this big book belongs. Right now, what is haza? Ismu ishara. What follows ismu ishara? Al kitabu, definite, marfu, it's a badal. And what is al kabiru? Al kabiru match al kitabu in the 4 criteria we described here. So it's the naat. So we say liman, to whom it belongs, to whom this big book belongs. Answer is ahuwa lil mudarrisi. So sorry, again the question is ahuwa lil mudarrisi. Is it for the teacher? Comes hamzatu istifham. Huwa is your pronoun, damir munfasil, lil mudarrisi jarun ba majrurun. The answer is la. Huwa lit talibil jadidi. Huwa lit talibil jadid. What is the translation? It is for, or it belongs to a new student or the new student, because it al comes. So we have to be careful when we translate it and understand it. La huwa lit talibi, li harf jar, at talibi ism majroor, jarun wa majrurun, shibu jumla khabar, al jadidi is your naat. Next one. Ainal mil'aqatu saghiratu. Where is small spoon? Ainal mil'aqatu as-saghiratu. Al mil'aqatu as-saghiratu. Al mil'aqatu means spoon. What kind of spoon? Small spoon. Are they both definite? Yes, we can see they are both definite. Are they both feminine? Yes, they both end with ta marbuta. Do they have the same case ending? Yes, they both are marfu, so they are not manut. The answer is hiya fil kaubi. It is in the cup. Al kaubi means cup. It is in the cup. Hiya is your mubtada, fil kaubi jarun wa majrurun, shibu jumla khabar. Ainal kursiyul maksuru. Ainal kursiyul maksuru. Where is the broken chair? The broken chair. Al kursiyu, al maksuru, naat manut. Answer is huwa hunaka. Hunaka means over there. Hunaka is also adverb, zarf. Now remember I said some zarfs, they do not mudaf alayh to explain themselves, right? Hunaka means over there. Huwa is your mubtada, hunaka is your shibu jumla khabar. But I don't need to bring in mudaf alayh here, because when I say it is over there, that means the sense is complete. Tamarin. Ikra waktub. At-tabibul jadidu. At-tabibu al-jadidu, not manut. The new doctor. Fil mustashfa. What is at-tabibu? Mubtada. What is al-jadidu? Naat. Fil mustashfa. Jarun wa majrurun. Shibu jumla khabar. The new doctor is in hospital. Wat tabibul qadimu, and the old doctor fil mustawsafi is in the clinic. Al mustawsafi means clinic, mustashfa means hospital. Al qalamul maqsuru, the broken pen. Al qalamu mubtada, al maqsuru the broken pen. Al maktabi is on the desk. Al maksuru, okay, al maksuru, what is the grammatical value of al maksuru? Naat. Where is the khabar? Al maktabi, right? Al maktabi. Next one, al mirwahatul jadidatu. Al mirwahatu means fan, ceiling fan, the ceiling fan. Al mirwahatu al jadidatu, the new ceiling fan, not manut. Fil ghurfatil kabira, fil ghurfati is in the room. What kind of room? Al jadida ti, because they are both not manut, and since ghurfati is followed by a harf jar and it's majroor, so the naat has to be majroor as well. The new ceiling fan is in the big room. What kind of room? The big room. Fi harf jar, al ghurfati is a majroor, and then al kabirati is your naat. Al lughatul arabiyatu sahlatun. Al lughatul arabiyatu, the language. What kind of language? The Arabic language, right? Al arabi, al lughatu is a mubtada. What is al lughatu is a mubtada? What is the grammatical value of al arabiyatu? Naat, the language. What kind of language? Arabic language. Where is the khabar? Sahlatun is easy. Number 5, al waladut tawilu, the tall boy. Al waladut tawilu, the tall boy. Allazi comes. Now allazi comes, which means it is used for humans or human, because we are talking about the boy. Relative pronoun al ismul mausula. And what follows ismul mausula? Silatul mausul. We have to define something about allazi, who is this boy? Kharaja min al faslil al ana, who left from the class now. So that is your silatul mausul. Where is the khabar in this sentence? Talibun. This is a tricky one, Khalid bhai. The khabar is talibun. Al waladut tawilu, the tall boy. Allazi. Now talibun, yes, but what is the grammatical value of allazi? This is a tricky one, you know. I mean, if you remember it, fine. If you don't remember it, then don't worry about it. Yes, it's also a naat. Al waladu. Now allazi, relative pronouns is mabni. Remember, pronouns are mabni. They have only one form. So allazi here is coming as a marfu form, as a naat. So al waladu is your mubtada, at tawilu is your naat, and allazi is naat number 2. So the boy, who is tall boy, allazi, who kharaja min al ana, kharaja min al fasli al ana, who left from the class now. Talibun is your khabar. This is a tricky sentence. If you remember it, fine. If you don't remember it, don't worry about it. Okay, we will have plenty of opportunity to grasp this knowledge. Minal Kuwaiti, from Kuwait. The tall boy who just left from the class now is a student from Kuwait. Ana fil madrasati sanaviyati. Ana mubtada fil madrasati. I am in a school. What kind of a school? Secondary school. As-sanaviyati. Madrasati sanaviyati. Al madrasati as-sanaviyati. Next one, zahabar rajalu. Zahabar rajalu. Jumla failure. What are we looking for in jumla failure? Fail and file, action and the doer of the action. What is the action here? Zahaba, left. Where is the file? Now remember, when in a jumla failure a noun comes which is a marfoof noun, close your eyes, put your finger on that noun and say that this is your file. Simple as that. Sometimes the file or the doer of the action comes right after the fail. Sometime it could come in the middle, sometime it can come in the end, an advanced topic. But I am just saying, when we are analyzing a jumla failure, whenever you see a noun which is marfu in that sentence, just close your eyes, put your finger, you remember that, right, and say this is my file. Okay. So, zahaba, where is the file? Ar-rajalu. What kind of, what is al-faqiru? Poor man, the poor man. The poor man went ilal waziri. Ila harjar al-waziri isam majrur, to the minister, to the minister. We'll wrap it up in about 6-7 minutes, inshallah, okay. Then we'll stay online for the students who are online. Number 8, jalasat talibul jadidu. What is the meaning of jalasa? Sat. Where is the file? At talibu. What kind of student? New student. The new student sat khalfa Hamidin, behind Hamid. What is khalfa? Your zarf, your adverb. Adverb of place. Behind. The new student sat behind. Behind whom? My mind is wondering, so I have to bring in the mudaf alayh, behind Hamid, and Hamid is mudaf alayh, it is majroor. Number 9, as-sikkinul kabiru. As-sikkinul kabiru. As-sikkin means the knife. Al-kabiru, big, the big knife. Not manud. As-sikkin is your mubtada. Al-kabiru is your naat, the big knife. Haddun. What is meaning of haddun? Sharp. The big knife is sharp. And jiddan. Now jiddan is mansoob. I think we have done it. Jiddan is mafulun mutlaq. Sharp, very sharp. Okay. We'll cover this topic of mafulun mutlaq, which is an absolute object. Tasliman, kasiran. Remember in some du'as we use it. This is like in the highest form. Tasliman, kasiran, jiddan. So, and here it is jiddan, which has been very sharp. Number 10, man hazal waladu. Who is this boy? What kind of boy? Al-kasiru. What is the meaning of al-kasiru? Short. Who is this short boy? Huwa ibnul mudarrisul jadidu. He is son of the teacher. What kind of teacher? The new teacher. Al-mudarrisu al-jadidu. And the last exercise, we will not do the exercise number 3, Iqra, because this is related to Allazi. We will do it in the next class. We will do the last exercise here. We have to, so between the brackets, Dr. Saab has given us the nouns, and Dr. Saab wants us to convert these nouns into naat. Very simple. Quickly we can go through it. Ain al-mudarrisu. Where is the teacher? In the bracket, Dr. Saab gave us jadidun. So, al-mudarrisu, is it definite? Yes. So, naat has to be definite. Is it marfu? Then yes, naat has to be marfu. Is it singular? Then yes, naat has to be. And is And is it masculine? Yes. So naat has to be masculine, all four. So I say Ain al mudarrisul jadidu. Al jadidu. Al mudarrisu al jadidu. Next one, at tajiru. In the bracket Dr. Saab gave kabirun. So what I say? Al kabiru. At tajiru al kabiru. Ana talibun. Now talibun is indefinite, so I don't have to bring al anymore. I will say ana talibun qadimun. Jalasat talibu al jadidu. Right? In the bracket Dr. Saab give us jadidun. Manil waladu at tawilu. Al waladu at tawilu, not manut, they have to match definite to definite. Allazi kharajal ana min al fasli. Number 6, ammarun waladun qasirun. Right? Waladun qasirun. Faisalun tabibun shahirun. Liman haza sariru al maksuru. The broken bed. To whom this broken bed belongs? To whom belong this broken bed? Haza qalamun maksurun. And the 10th one is Aina sakinu. As-sakinu al-haddu. Don't just say haddu, al-haddu, because we are talking about as-sakinu. Aina as-sakinu al-haddu. Where is the sharp knife? The sharp knife. And the last one here is liman hazihi sayyaratu. As-sayyaratu feminine, then jamilatun. Jamilatun. Right? The last exercise is about al-ismul mawsula and silatul mawsul. In the next class, inshallah, we will sharpen our concept by bringing in some verses from the Quran to explain Ismu Mawsula and the Silatul Mawsul, and then also quickly go over this last exercise, and we will begin lesson number 10. Right? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. Rabbana la tu'akhizna in nasina aw akhtana. Rabbana wa la tahmil alayna isran kama hamaltahu alal lazina min qablina. Rabbana wa la tuhammilna ma la taqata lana bihi. Wa'fu anna waghfir lana warhamna anta maulana fansurna alal qawmil kafirin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.